Hi, this is Spencer, and you're listening to The Other Show.
Two things really quick. First off, this is episode 69.
Nice.
And second of all, I have gotten to that point in my relationship with Marianne where I cannot function without her around anymore.
What?
Really?
So she is out of town. She's on a girls' trip right now. She's in Disneyland, because that's where she goes.
What girls do. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's there with her mom and with her best friend, Kirsten. And I cannot function. I could not get out of the house for a day and a half because I lost my car keys.
Do you need your mom to come stay with you, Josh?
I probably should. I mean, I have another day and a half until she's back. So
wait, you mean you're currently captive in your house, not knowing where your car keys are?
No, I found them, but I had to rip apart everything in order to find them.
Did you put it back together?
Well, see,
or is Marianne going to come home to chaos?
Well, she kind of left to chaos, and then I got the cleaning bug, and I cleaned everything.
Well, that's a good idea.
And then I destroyed it all again.
No, that's not a good idea, Kent. Because what is happening is, I guarantee this is what's going on in Marianne's mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
First off, she's listening to this while coming home from Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
And she is freaking out because it's chaos, and she's coming home from vacation to chaos.
The cats are still alive, so we got that going.
Cats are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. But then you settled her and said, I cleaned up. And then she realized, wait, Josh cleaned up. Nothing's going to be in the place that I expected to be in because Josh cleaned it up. So it's going to look clean, but it's not going to be where I expected to be, which is going to cause more anxiety. And then you just said you ripped it apart again. Mm-hmm. So things are even more discombobulated. So when you put it back together, Josh, they're going to be further out of place where they belong. You're in an no-win situation. You're in the Kobayashi Maru, Josh.
I don't know what that is, but I'm afraid.
Good reference. So wait.
I needed her here.
You lose the keys,
mm-hmm.
and obviously she has the other pair, right?
Well, she had her house keys.
Okay.
So I didn't have my house keys.
Let's be honest with Josh. She's got both pairs.
No. And then
not anymore.
Couldn't find the car keys. Couldn't find any of the car keys. So I was stuck here for a day and a half.
Okay, but what do you do in that case? Because, most people would say retrace your steps. How many places were you actually in the house?
Exactly.
Do you just go nuts?
Exactly.
Do you go nuts and just start pulling stuff up?
Because I had just gotten back from my race. I ran the Salt Lake City Marathon. Or, half marathon, let's be honest. And I put them right where I normally put my keys.
Okay.
And then a day and a half...
Which
and then
is
a day and a half later, could not find them.
I need to know where you put your keys for research purposes.
The counter.
Is there a chance that Walt moved the keys?
They could have, because sometimes they'll jump on the counters.
Mm-hmm.
And after frantically looking for them, I actually found them in one of Marianne's shoes.
Oh, it was the cats.
It definitely was one of the cats, because there's no way that they would have just simply dropped, because
it's like
the shoe
catch,
rack,
basically.
the shoe rack is just right below the counter. But where they were, I'm like, there's no way that it could have, just been a simple drop. So I'm pretty sure it was the cat.
Your cats are messing with you.
I'm sure they are.
Don't blame yourself. Don't act like you're totally incapable. You have two little terrorists. Well, really one, because I think Roy is in a good place mentally.
No, Roy is
mentally.
Roy is afraid of me.
Yeah, no.
I walk into the room and Roy will just sit there without moving, and he's just like, "Okay, what's his next move? Does that mean I have to run?"
He has a little bit of anxiety.
Oh, no, he does, and I feel bad because we put them in the basement and close the door overnight. And he does not like going down in the basement, even though he spends most of his day in the basement. I'm the bad guy because I'm the one that will pick him up and put him in the basement. So
yeah, of course.
He plays this game where I have to dig him out from underneath the bed and everything. So since Marianne is gone, I'm trying to regain his trust by not putting them down in the basement overnight. I just close the door up here, which I have to barricade because the cats can open that. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But
okay,
we need to work here with him. If they're going to hide my keys,
Do you wonder if they're hiding their keys to get revenge?
I think so. I'm just saying. I mean, Walt is trying to kill me by, trying to flop right in front of me as I walk downstairs, and Roy's trying to hide the keys.
Did you have to cook something? Did you get DoorDash? Like, what did you do for that day and a half?
I had a grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay. I mean, so you got survival skills.
I think I'm winning them back, though, because I did feed them some tuna. They haven't thrown up on the floor at all since Marianne's been gone. So I don't know. Maybe you are right. Maybe I can function without Marianne around. Maybe I just need to regain the trust of the cats.
Or just keep the keys on you.
Yeah, that too.
I would recommend not holding a hose over them as they're in the basement and saying it puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. Like, I would recommend not doing that, Josh, but I'm not going to tell you how to cat parent.
I like how their greatest revenge would be hiding keys. If that were the case.
Cats, they're not going to be able to do much more than that. They're declawed, too. So it's not like they just kill him in his sleep.
Yeah, no, they could. They could smother him by laying on his mouth.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
They have hind claws, though, so...
So my cat has... It's a long-haired cat. It has a matted hair on its chest, and I've been trying to comb it out. I bought a specialty comb, and my hand, even after I cut the nails, has been sliced up, bleeding profusely. And then I was like, fine, do your thing. I'll clean this later, because there's still matted hair. And she's repaid me because she was so upset. And, literally, that constant...
Oh, yeah.
Because I hold her in a blanket like a burrito. She puked on my rug twice this weekend to pay me back for what I put her through.
You want to talk about animal puke and revenge. Okay, I was going to save this for the bonus episode, but Josh said no poop stories. And this has no poop, okay?
Okay, good.
Well, plus I kind of talked about tea, but whatever.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Yeah, tea, herbal, green, trauma tea, whatever. Anyway, speaking of puke and revenge, Josh, I texted you this week something about a thing I do to Juneau that I find funny in the middle of the night. I Dutch oven my dog. Okay, if you don't know what Dutch oven is.
Spencer.
Look, she insists on being under the covers, and sometimes she gets under the covers, and I fart really loud or really hard. And the fit and the tantrum she throws is hilarious because her head is right by my butt. It is hilarious.
That's horrible.
It's a dog, and it's funny, and she still cuddles with me. Okay.
Oh, Sarah McLaughlin just got here. Welcome, Sarah McLaughlin.
Well, you were worried about Nintendo getting mad at us, but really it's the PTA that's going to start protesting.
The PTA.
Yeah. The PTA. That's on us entirely.
PETA. Okay.
Listen, we're going to be in trouble by a lot of letter groups, okay?
Well, yesterday I was relaxing, enjoying time on my bed. Kids were finally down. I have nothing going on. I can finally recenter. I'm petting Juneau. Mm-hmm. When she stands up, looks at me in the face, and then vomits profusely. Barely missed me, luckily. But there's this pool on my bed, dripping down all my blankets. And this is a Great Dane, folks. This is more than my toddler. So there's half-chewed hot dogs in there, kibbles, and when dogs have...
I would rather talk about poop.
We're good.
Let's talk about poop, please.
It was a day.
Okay, Spencer. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Hey, do you have another rant you want to talk about, right?
We're just going down the checklist of Spencer's rants.
We're just trying to get all the Spencer stuff out of the way.
Old man
I think, aren't you still ranting about the hockey team name or the lack thereof?
No, I'm not mad at the hockey team name. I'm mad at, one, the process that Ryan Smith is going about to name the team, because he's going to manipulate it and do what he wants anyway. That's what they always do. I mean, look at the team colors for the Jazz, that failed rebrand. Mm-hmm. I mean, he asks for input and does these surveys because he owns Qualtrics. That's what he does. And then he's going to choose what he wants in the crappiest choice anyway. Ryan Smith's taste in team names and team colors is straight out of a Rob Liefeld book from the 90s. Okay, emphasis on extreme and edgy. I think you're one of like 3 people that have gotten any of my references today.
I'm just here to record.
But the leading name that he's really pushing is the Utah Venom. That is the dumbest name. I have coached youth basketball. I've been involved in AYSO as a referee, and I have heard better names from 8-year-olds. Okay, I would rather hear the Hooper Sunflower Seeds or that's a dumb name. It's nebulous. It means nothing. He's probably going to choose like neon green, which is stupid as a color. Just look at the Seahawks. Like, it's stupid. The only names that have any like weight or any value are one tied to the state, actually, or at least are an actual. And by actual, I mean you can actually conjure an image of something like a Yeti.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cryptid, and I personally believe that they're real, but it could be argued that they're not. But that's your opinion, man.
Oh man.
Anyway,
who is Spencer tonight?
The only name that I really like personally, aside from like the Cutthroat, is the Utah Raptors.
Yes.
I mean, that makes so much sense. Josh, say it.
It's not going to happen.
Why? Because Toronto?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but you know who Toronto's named after? The Utah freaking Raptors.
Right.
The Utah Raptor already has decades of marketing behind it.
Actually, millions of years, if we're going to be honest.
If we're millions of years, yeah.
So, in order to do that, they'd have to say, "Hey, Ogden, what? AA team, AAA team?
No, different sport.
We're gonna have to take the name."
No, they don't have to because it's a different sport.
So it's Ogden Raptors, Utah Raptors. It's totally okay.
Yeah, totally
yes
okay.
And no, yes different and sport. No, though. Yes,
minor
and no,
league
though.
to major league.
No, the Utah Grizzlies and the Vancouver Grizzlies, now Memphis in the NBA. There was trademark issues with that name when the Grizzlies came around.
Okay.
Granted, more likely than not, they'll let the major league team or whatever have it.
Technically.
But, okay. He really is on one. It's like you're like me on the other show today.
It's so true.
Yeah. Well, no.
Just got the fire out. We're good there.
Utah fucking Raptors. It's our Raptor. What, Kent? Movie trivia. Jurassic Park. What Raptor is that?
It's the Utah Raptor.
It's not a Velociraptor.
Because a Velociraptor is like 2 feet tall.
Yeah, not even that.
Utah Raptor.
Feathery. It's a chicken on steroids. Okay,
it is
Utah literally
Raptor
a chicken.
Is actually like 20 feet tall, but that's okay.
Yeah, like they're legit.
Yeah, they're legit.
Which inspired the Toronto Raptors to use the Raptor name.
Mm-hmm.
Thereby, we don't have an issue with the Toronto Raptors because they're using our name anyway. We're giving them permission. Okay, it is our name. And think of the jerseys. Like the goalie mask with like a skull on it, like a raptor skull.
It'd be cool. It'd be super cool.
Yeah. There's no other dinosaurs in the NHL, but no, we're probably going to end up with like the Utah Swarm or the Utah Venom, something named by a 90s kid who sits at the back of the class and says, "Hey, everybody, do you want to see my drawings of a hockey team?"
Hey,
yeah.
I feel personally attacked.
Listen, actually, I think the Ice Jazz is pretty cool.
I'm right. And I've tried. I know that John has tried. And granted, it did get mentioned on KSL, followed by laughter of, "Oh, heavens no." But I want the Utah Ice Jazz, man. Like, if you've seen my logo that I made, it works perfectly. You can make that jazz note into a hockey puck and a stick.
Yep.
That's all you need.
You know what, Josh? Sell the shirts. Sell the shirts.
I mean, it's protected by parody law, so
wait. So why not?
I mean, you're good.
From last I heard, and maybe this is last week, so it's outdated. But they said it's going to be for the time being the Utah Hockey Organization or something really standard.
Yeah,
for the next season because it takes time to get branding out and rolling and like merch printed and whatnot.
Well, but so here's the thing: is yes, I think more than likely we're probably gonna just have the Utah Hockey Club, but I don't know. I mean, the Winnipeg Jets. Granted, they had the luxury of having an old team name that fans love, so they didn't have to worry too much about that. But they got approval to move to Winnipeg from Atlanta 10, 12 years ago in June. So they had a lot less time for branding and all of that. But unless they're going to buy the Grizzlies name or go with Golden Eagles or something.
Which I would be fine with either of those.
That'd be great. But this, I'm kind of with you, Spencer. I don't know how this is going to be because Ryan Smith has announced that he's going to be doing a team name bracket. It's going to be chosen by bracket.
Not user submitted, but user voted.
Yes, user voted.
Oh, because if it's user submitted, it's going to be like Puck McPuckface, right? That's going to be the name of the team.
The tired and worn out Utah Super Soakers or like the Mormons.
Yeah, and it would be horrible.
Right.
So he's going to basically give us 8 names, 16
Probably.
names, all hand chosen by him, hoping that Venom wins in the end.
So
he's going to
no. If he hides the numbers, he can choose whatever name he wants and be like, Utah chose it. You guys voted on it.
Oof.
Even if it actually loses. Come on. I mean, that's how you ended up with a Samsung phone for a while, Kent.
It's so true. Oh my gosh. It's so true. Do you know how I ended up with that? It was, I think iPhone was winning by one vote because we put this to the audience because it was when I was making my big transition.
It was more than one vote. If you remember, I tallied all the votes even sent out a survey.
And then the host with the least, he said, my vote's worth more and it puts it over the edge. And so I ended up doing it.
Even though that would have had a vote that was worth 50 points.
Yeah. Anyways, I love how you brought that up. So you're saying the results will be skewed regardless?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He'll choose what he wants to choose.
So anyway, this is actually pretty funny because booking.com actually has the odds of the team name. Like they have Vegas odds for this. So the number one name is the Utah Blizzard at a plus 275.
Okay.
The Utah Venom is a plus 300. There you go, Spencer. The Utah Fury is plus 500. And this nickname actually I kind of want because of how stupid the background is, because the Utah Fury is the name of a team from a fictional hockey romance novel.
Which is why it will not get they did an article on, and that's why it won't get chosen.
If you can have the Seattle Kraken, a name from a crap 2010 movie, why can't we have the Utah Fury?
Hold on. It's from the 80s, Clash of the Titans.
Well, okay, 80s.
Don't knock on the old one.
But let's be honest.
And Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, but that is the Kraken is one of the elder gods, Josh.
Yeah,
it is not just from a movie. H.R. Geiger would like to have a talk with you.
How about this? This would be amazing. The Utah Cthulhu, because no one would ever be able to spell it. And it's basically spelled by the letters in Utah anyways.
Why don't we just use the location name of Ochre then?
The Ochre Cthulhu. The Ochre Manaway Cthulhu.
They're like the alphabet soups.
It's the Utah Venom, but it's actually spelled Cthulu.
Gosh.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, what about the Utah Hurricanes?
There's
Hurricanes.
There is the Hurricanes, Carolina.
I know, but Hurricanes. True. I mean, it's said differently.
We would all pronounce it Hurricanes.
The Mountain Hurricanes.
So anyway, back to these odds though. In this one, I'm kind of surprised it's at plus 700, and I'm kind of glad because I don't like the name, the Utah Yetis. The more and more I hear it, the more and more I just fall out of love with it. And
But here's the thing: it does have, even though it's not the same letter, obviously, it has the alliteration effect, right? The Utah Yetis. And I don't know if it's Yeti or Yetis.
Yetis is
but
what's
it
been
does
trademarked.
Utah Yeti. It's really easy to remember.
I'm not believing any of those trademarks. I think those are just people squatting on it, hoping to get a payday.
That's true.
Now, you're reading the Vegas odds, but did you see the poll by KUTV that has over 5,000 respondents so far?
Okay, what do they say?
No, I haven't. What was that one?
The top 4 names that are floating around that people prefer. Venom doesn't even make the list. Neither does the Fury or unfortunately, the Cthulhus don't make it either.
Dang it.
But number 4 is the Utah
The Ochre Cthulhus.
The Utah Cutthroat at 11%.
Oh, that's okay. That's a long name, but yeah.
Cutthroat trout.
Yeah.
But can you picture the jerseys like a red, gold, and green?
Kind of cool. Yeah.
It's a little violent, though.
The Golden Eagles is 23%. Utah Blizzard at 26%. And to Josh's Bane at 40% Utah Yeti. I mean, this is already showing which way the users are probably going to vote.
I mean, the other names, just really quickly, and I won't do the odds here, but Golden Eagles is a plus 3,000.
Yeah. It's a great one. Yeah.
Utah Hockey Club, Utah HC, which is Hockey Club abbreviated, the Utah Stingers, the Utah Shredders,
Hate it.
Utah Black Diamonds,
Hate it.
and then there's the field.
Meh.
I personally want the Utah Goals because how awesome would that be? Plus, like when we score
with a Z or
with an
S.
But
Yeah.
when we score, like
Yeah.
the whole crowd just goes into seagull yells. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but can't we do that with the cutthroats too, but not seagull yells? It'll be like trout noises.
And like a trout jump. Josh, you and I can both do the dolphin jump. Also, let's be honest, Cutthroat has UT in there.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
And
I mean, it
you
totally
know what?
works.
You know
Emphasize
what?
the UT.
Though?
Totally.
Your pregame song for the Cutthroats, Jump and Halen. I mean, I personally like.
See?
I keep that for the whales,
You're on board now.
in my life.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if we play a bear-themed team, we're dead. We're dead. We may try to spawn upriver, but we're gone.
The Bruins,
The Utah Spawn,
The
about as
Sabertooths.
bad Venom. Anyways,
That is worse than Venom because that is literally from Todd McFarlane.
yeah, both.
I don't know. It's going to be
Anyways.
interesting. I'm worried about it because I just want a good team name. I actually like the Utah Cutthroats. The more I
Don't we all?
think about it, though.
So you feel like that's the very first step into taking this program seriously?
Oh yeah, like
Because they won't be a great team for a while, but to
they
have a
could
cool
be.
name.
We need to have Nicole D. Hale on to explain why this team could be a good team.
well,
honestly.
shortly. Last year.
Nicole, contact Josh. Let's
I
get
was
this set
going to
up.
say, like last year, they were a couple points out of the wild card position in the West. They did take a step back, but can you blame them with everything that they've been going through with not knowing where they're going to play?
They've literally been playing in a college arena.
So, with some good drafting, with some good trades, I mean, it could turn quickly in the NHL. And I think that's been proven a lot with a lot of these teams that have been winning the Stanley Cup lately. So who knows? Who knows? I mean,
Yeah, who knows?
And the great thing is, here in Utah, we have lots of Stanley Cups. There's one for everybody.
Once again, Utah Stanley Cups. Hey, speaking of people jumping on the show, because we do need to have Nicole. Next week, you guys will need to have someone take over. for me.
do you have
Just for a week.
anybody underneath your desk that would like to come out?
Listen, it sounds
Bud.
wrong, but Casey's always there.
Yeah, no, you can totally come. yeah, no, we'll set that up. Okay, cool.
He's just
Yeah, Casey says he's in.
he's always ready. I feel like he's kind of waiting for one of us to die. Knock on wood, that he'll just be able to take over quickly.
He's not much different than my cat.
Except for Casey's not trying to kill
that
us.
we know of.
I did get pizza with him, and I did feel icky afterwards, but that's because we ate too much pizza.
Yeah, where'd you guys go?
We went to
Snowmobile
Snowmobile Pizza.
Pizza.
The Utah
Yeah,
Snowmobilers.
super good.
There we
Okay,
go. There's
good.
the team name.
Snow Tires? The Utah Snow... No, anyways, we've done this. We played this game.
All right,
but yeah, I'm headed to, as I think I mentioned this before, but Amsterdam for the majority of this trip, and then I'm going to Belgium for maybe 2 days
Ooh.
of the trip.
Will you bring me back some waffles?
And waffles are not going to keep, but chocolate will.
But will you try?
Oh, but the Stroopwafels will.
They will?
Oh, Stroopwafels? You've had Stroopwafels.
If you're fine with stroopwafels, are those the ones you get from like Trader Joe's?
Yeah, they're the little small ones that have like the caramel in the middle, and they're like cookies.
Yeah, if I can find a package of those, if they're fresh,
I
don't know
don't
if they're going to be
care.
great.
But I want regular waffles.
You don't care. Is this like is this a Spencer thing saying "Bring me home a pickle"?
No, it's a bigger. No, it's a bigger
matter how you have
commitment
to
than just a
transport it.
pickle.
I've told you to bring me whiteout and pickle chips and ketchup chips. Old Dutch pickle chips and ketchup chips.
I still owe
Those
you.
who know.
Yeah, But listen, I will be getting some chocolate, Josh, if I see Stoopwaffles, and I'll be eating lots. I'll save you a couple.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
More than just the crumbs in your beard.
Oh, the Cadbury egg.
Indeed.
I wish you were going to Greece because they have some really good chocolate that is like stuffed with orange marmalade and is the best thing in the world.
Oh. You know, Greece is on my list of places to go. It's actually in my top 5, but it's one of those where I'm like, I have to be going with a significant other. Because there are like places in Europe or the world where I'm like, this is a bro trip and this is a partner trip. Like, don't you think Greece? I know you've gone with your family a few times, but don't you?
Are we not partners in this show?
Wait, I'll share a bed with you if that's all that you need.
No, I've got a newborn. I can't leave the house.
That's all I need.
I barely have time to watch TV.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Because you and I were supposed to talk some geek stuff, and you've been kind of MIA on that one.
Well, I did finish the first episode of Fallout. I know I'm behind.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm not gonna pretend like it's cutting edge and like this is breaking news or anything. It was good first episode. I'm excited to finish the rest.
Yeah.
But admittedly, when I have had free time, I've been playing Baldur's Gate.
Oh, so wait, you're like, I haven't been able to watch TV because I'm literally playing a video game. That is.
You're what's wrong with America, Spencer.
How much investment will this game be?
400 hours.
Josh said it, not me.
I can hold my baby at 3 a.m. and play this game.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on my Steam Deck, so I've got like his head right here. He's learning some new words, which he probably shouldn't learn. But his head's like in the crook of my arm, and I'm playing it on my Steam Deck, so I can multitask on that one.
You're a multitasker. And how many hours have you put into this game already?
Oh gosh, I can actually pull that up. If you're friends with me on Steam, LuckyFinger7, you can look at how many hours I put in, but it's not that much.
Okay. And he says 140
I'm
hours.
Well, no, I'm still in Act 1, okay?
I don't know. Nobody knows what that means.
It means that he hasn't dropped the kid yet while playing.
There's 3 acts to this game, okay? There's Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3.
Oh, yeah.
That's Act 2. Ooh. And that's where it gets dicey.
Baldur's Gate. I'm 27 hours in.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm still in Act 1 of 3.
Scratching the surface.
Man, you suck.
Look, this is a game where it is D&D. You can do anything. I've read people that are like, put treasure chests that you're not supposed to be able to steal into other treasure chests that you can steal so that they can take them out of the area without getting caught. Like, you can do anything in this game. It's crazy. They encourage you to break the rules.
Josh, will you say once again what you said previously about Spencer and playing video games?
I'm a level 4 rogue.
You're what's wrong with America.
Thank you.
I think my next playthrough will be a druid.
I say this on my high horse, like I didn't just put 110 hours into Final Fantasy VII, but that's fine.
I can't even tell you.
Don't worry about it.
The last time I played video games.
Well, you're going to help me break my addiction because you're taking the Steam Deck with you too.
No, I'm not. No, I can't take it for that long. I would, but I can't.
What, you're gone for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's if you're playing this every time you're with your baby and your baby's waking up crying, that's sanity for you. Plus, I shouldn't be playing video games on my trip. Maybe on the flight.
I could read a book.
Yeah, so could I, Spencer. I mean, or I could listen to Audible, which is really the case now.
Well, okay. Speaking of being a jerk and stealing my Steam Deck, I did send you a few. Am I the show nuts?
Oh, yeah. Josh, do you want to decide once again? We won't have a battle this time.
Is this the wheel?
Josh gets to decide.
This is not the wheel yet. I'm going to give you 2 words.
Mm-hmm.
Party sub or pregnancy.
That's
party sub or pregnancy. Which
words,
one?
by the way.
No, it's okay. No, party sub is one story.
Okay.
Pregnancy is another story.
Hyphenated.
Yes.
Are we sure? I think that's
party sub
words.
is hyphenated.
It is 2 words, but we're going to say
grammar doesn't really matter when you podcast. Let's go with party sub.
Party sub. Now, Spencer, I have not read this yet, so I will be reading this fresh. It's a little bit long, so bear with me, and we're going to decide if the person who wrote this is the Chonut. Okay, we ready?
Okay. This one's a classic.
Okay. Am I the Chonut because I ate more than my share, in quotes, of a 6-foot party sub, one word, last night? Okay, here we go. What I thought would be a total non-issue has ballooned into a huge problem, and I'm up at 7:05 a.m. dealing with it. I figured while I wait for a text, I could post here to see if what I did was really that bad. I'm a big fat butt, and there's no way around it. Do you like how I edited myself? I love to eat.
I do. I appreciate it.
I love to eat, which probably borders on addiction, but I figure since I'm only hurting myself, it's probably better to just live my life. I have some great friends, although there is no like commas in here. I have some great friends, although there is no doubt I'm the harmless, funny, token fat guy of the otherwise pretty good-looking group. I guess that sets the stage enough. Okay, here we go. Last night, my friend hosted UFC, which is Ultimate Fighting, and I was invited. He got a 6-foot party sub, one word. I also brought homemade wings that are sort of my specialty. So he's Spencer. It's fine.
What's the username? Is it Lucky?
Yeah.
Is it Lucky Finger 7?
I bring wings. This totally is me.
It's Big Jelly Belly.
Jelly Belly.
Yeah. Okay, so he made wings, and there was a party sub at this party, 6 foot. And we've been to parties where they're a giant sandwich, and generally they're covered in mayo, and they're disgusting. Anyways, that's not part of the story. That was just a Kent's take on this. And back to the story. Well, of course, people flocked to the food, and I basically had one serving of the sandwich, but people devoured my wings, and I didn't get to have a single one, which is totally fine. That's why I brought them. But maybe an hour later, I was starving. I kept eyeing the sandwich, and I'd say there was about 3 feet of it left. Okay. I waited an hour, and then another half hour. No one had touched it. Okay. Okay. So I'll stop making comment here. We'll get to the end. But they were still munching on chips, pretzels, and whatnot. So I was like, screw it. I took half of what was left and ate it. Then the last half sat for another 10-15 minutes, and no one said anything, so I ate the rest. Well, to be sure, as I was swallowing the last bite, the host girlfriend asked where the sandwich was. Like I was the guilty party, pretty much everyone pointed at me. I guess they noticed me eating the sandwich. She was furious and said that I was an incredible pig and that I had been super selfish to eat 3 feet of a sandwich. I felt so bad, I tried to explain to her that I really did wait over an hour and thought people had lost interest. I also tried to explain how everyone had ate my wings. She said something along the lines of, "You brought them to share, Alan, Big Belly Jelly. If someone had eaten over half by themselves, that's not freaking sharing, is it?" I offered to order pizza or even go to Subway's. He said Subway's plural, which is now what I'm going to call it. And she said that it was a pathetic offer because the party sub had been from a local shop owned by her friends. I said I was sorry, but the night was so tense from then on out. I woke up this morning to several texts from my twin sisters, the host girlfriend's best friend, saying that I had to get my crap under control and that everyone is really mad at me and that I embarrassed myself last night. I tried to explain to them what my mindset had been, and they haven't responded. Was I the chonut for eating that much of a sandwich last night? Edit. I guess I've been... So yeah, it's he's been banned responding because the inbox from Reddit has 1,200 notifications. Okay, so to answer what seems to be the most common misconception about the story, this wasn't a Subway party sub, so definitely not 4 times the size of a regular sub. This is a local place, and it's about... it's really wide. It's 1.5 times the width of a regular sub. It's still a ton of food, don't get me wrong, but I can down 5 Subway footlongs in an afternoon easily. Oh. This is probably about equivalent to that, not 12 inches like some people are saying. Okay, so he's just saying, don't get the Subway sub out of your head and think more like French toast sub, right? Mm-hmm. This is Italian bread or whatever. So once again, is Big Jelly Belly the chonut because he sat there, people ate his wings, and he decided to eat 3 feet of a sub that had been sitting out? What do you guys think?
Okay, first off, I think his problem was that he ate the rest of the sandwich. Because if I've learned anything in my bigger days, it's that, like, especially if you're hungry, you don't eat the last of something. You always leave.
You always leave it a sacrificial slice.
So he should have left something. You know, even if it was just not that much.
Do you think there's a part of him that sees food left out, though, and he thinks, well, these jerks are just going to leave that sitting out. That's going to go bad. Shouldn't someone enjoy that?
Sure. I mean, from my experience, yeah, if there's food out, you know, especially in my bigger days, yeah, I would just eat what was there. You know, I think most of that is kind of behavioral. You know, if we're going to go the therapist route here,
which I encourage you to do, Josh.
So I think I think it's behavioral, a lot of that. But I mean, I think he is the chonut, though, because I eat before I go and eat in public. I don't like eating in front of other people anyway.
So I was actually siding with him up until his clarification. Because I was like, look, the food was there. It's out for almost 2 hours. Just eat the food, and then people are like, oh, people like my dish. Kind of like his wings. It's annoying. He actually should have ate some wings before, and I'll get to that. But like people really enjoyed them. How cool is that, right? It's like when you smoke meat. It's nice to get some of yourself.
It's nice
but
to
if
be
people
loved.
are loving it, it's nice to be loved. But here's the problem, though. He mentions how much he can actually eat. And I think in that way, knowing that he probably has a huge appetite and the party may not have as much food as he'd like, pregame.
Yeah, pregame.
The problem was he did not pregame.
Any good pitmaster knows the chef's portion is set aside before you put out the public portion. Okay?
Yeah.
You take the choice cuts. Every chef does it. You put it aside. The thing I'd need a little clarification on is how many wings did he bring compared to a 6-foot party sub? Like 12 wings, if you're bringing 12, a dozen wings to a party where it's not the same thing. That's not the same equivalent. 12 wings is like 2 servings of wings maybe at a party, you know?
Yeah.
So that's not the same thing. The other thing is, it's a 6-foot party sub, and you said you ate 3 feet of it. That is almost 1/2 Kent.
It's true. It's true. And this is a wider sub, obviously. This is a sub with really good meat.
Like eating your leg, Kent.
I always picture Homer Simpson in his sub. That's one of my favorite episodes. Yeah. But anyways.
Ow.
Yeah.
If he had left a sacrificial slice, like Josh was saying, or had waited till the very, very end when people were leaving to ask, is anybody going to eat that? And if not, that's fine. Like, if you ask at the very end. But if it's like, hey, there's still like an hour left here, just because people aren't touching it. Just like, at a football game, you fill your plate before halftime, and then you fill it again at halftime. But there's like an hour where nobody's touching anything, except for maybe chips and dip.
I feel like you have a personal story about this.
I may or may not have a post on that subreddit about this. If Kent accidentally finds it one day, maybe.
Yeah, but is it under a burner account? That's the question.
It is under a burner account.
Lucky Finger 14.
No.
Wait, are you Hey Other Lady? You might be Hey Other Lady.
No.
I can't read some of these names. They're not appropriate. Anyways, freaking Reddit. Anyways, so I would like to know from those listening, is he the chonut? How would you feel if you were this guy? Would you feel guilty? Would you feel like you're going to have to pregame at other parties? Let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, Spencer, I know you also have another couple options of stories we may hear.
I do, and we're winding out of time, so we're just going to do one. Josh, I had you prep the wheel. We're going to play Bears meets Battlestar Galactica.
It's a game and not a rant. All right, this is a change.
Yeah, it's a game. It is a change. So I need you to spin the wheel and let me know what it lands on. Bears meets or Battlestar Galactica.
Here we go. I don't have any cool sound effects, but it's turning. It's Battlestar.
Kent, this one is actually more for you than anything else.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's like a love letter.
I agreed to the privacy policy. This is coming out of Secret DC, but you can verify it on other sources. I did see it all over the internet. Tickets are now on sale for the Star Wars burlesque show, The Empire Strips Back. After rave reviews, the sold-out show, Sensual Sci-Fi Productions, The Empire Strips Back, is finally headed to Washington, D.C.
You assume that I would not be interested because I'm pretty sure that my wife would be interested in this.
It is a dance show.
Because I'm pretty sure that she would love to see Chewbacca.
There's no Chewbacca that I'm seeing in the promo pics, but I do see Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, that Spencer!
I found the Chonut. I found the Chonut.
It really.
No, his name is Josh. His name is Yoda.
It really is. Jabba the Hutt.
Oh,
it looks washed out. It is
a Jabba the Hutt. I thought you were being derogatory. Thank goodness.
We have pictures, folks.
We're not going to post these pictures because children listen to this show. A show like, why did I even choose this as an option then? A show like none other is coming to DC's showroom on July 10th. The Empire Strips Back combines incredible burlesque performances with the world of Star Wars. Tickets for this beloved show went on sale, and you can get yours The Empire Strips Back originated in Sydney, Australia. See, again, more connections to Kent. Since then, it has traveled across the globe and is just coming off a fantastic West Coast run, consistently selling out shows. At every stop of its tour, The Empire Strips Back has been getting rave reviews. Broadway praised the show for skillfully melding elements of traditional dance with knowledge and deep affection for Star Wars franchises. Ariana Bindman of San Francisco Gate described the San Francisco show as one of the most memorable and impressive live performances she'd ever seen. Comedian Gabriel Iglesias even enjoyed himself at one of the performances.
Fluffy himself.
Again, that is not Jabba the Hutt. It's an actual Jabba the Hutt. It was not Gabriel Iglesias. The dancers and stars of this production put the wardrobe, sets, and props the Empire Strips Back are top tier. Whether it's Luke Skywalker's speeder, not Speedo, in a sexy car wash, Leia's metal bikini, or Jabba the Hutt himself. Again, actual Jabba the Hutt. Not a commentary on anybody.
If they're going golden bikini, that's clearly Return of the Jedi, and that we need to come up with a new name, because canonically, the Strips Back is the second one.
Right.
And listen,
what
in
would
my
you name
mind,
it, though? What would you name a Return of the Jedi?
Well, see, I'm going with character names right now. I feel like the performers are like Han Solo. And then I feel like Luke Skywalker.
You are making a parody of something else, not a burlesque show, Kent. Obviously, you don't know the difference. We need to get
Leia Orgasma.
We need to get Marianne on here to make some clarification on what this actually is.
Oh, you're saying I'm actually going with a dirtier parody of sorts.
Yes, you are.
Pretty sure the parody's already been made.
Absolutely. And the fact that Kent knows all the names...
Return of the Bad Guy? Is that what...
Better delete the browser history there.
I really should stop taking drinks when Kent's talking.
Can I... This actually just reminded me, because I was just thinking, it'd be really funny. It would be a Star Wars like drag show, And then I realized I've been meaning to tell you guys this for a while. So
I'm really worried about where this is going, Kent. This is Josh.
So he's part of one now.
I was putting our username in Facebook and or was it Instagram?
Right.
The other show, right? I forgot to do the other show, and I put the other show in. There is another show in Atlanta that is a drag show.
No way.
Yeah, like no joke. Every November, the drag show happens. There's Katrina, Orchard, Dot, Evan Destruction, Miss He, Eddie.
I'm a little
do you know what this means?
Offended that the only one of us that has anything close to that is Kent with Kent Trina.
No,
we can figure something
it's Kennedy.
Out. Yeah.
Kent. Whatever.
Kentity.
No, listen, we got Jerusha, we got Kennedy, and we have...
No, you're saying it wrong. There's two T's. Well, actually, K-E-N-T.
Kennedy D. Kennedy D.
Oh my gosh, I hate that so much. Guys, obviously, there's only one thing I'm thinking of right now. Road trip? The other show at the other show?
Oh my gosh. I feel like we need to make this happen. And I know that KP would totally be in for it too.
I have a newborn at home.
It's not till November, Spencer.
Yeah, you have time.
That's my birthday. I'd rather spend my birthday eating large amounts of meats in Vegas.
I mean, there are drag shows in Vegas too.
That's not a euphemism.
Spinderella. We'll come up with a drag name for you yet.
Spencina.
Sarsaparilla.
I think that
actually sarsaparilla would work.
Does.
You're sweet, you're a little dark,
and I got a bite.
So he takes a sip out of his Stanley
and I'm
cup.
Somehow 1,800 years old already.
Okay, Josh, I feel like we should just end it. I think
it's probably a good call at this point.
Listen, I'm sorry I won't be here next week. I will have stories. I will report on the trip when I get back. But until then, we'll have to let Casey out of his box. And we'll come up with a drag name for him as well.
You've just listened to The Other Show, starring Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of the Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly live Q&A shows, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick Smith, Dave, and of course, our newest friend with benefits, Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
And you can find me rigging the results of a certain survey.
For your drag name?